You remember those midnight ladder grinds, custom maps spawning legends, and the electric promise that Warcraft's future was infinite. Then, nothing. Warcraft 3's era ended, and Blizzard left that world to fade. Not by accident, but by design. Warcraft 4 was never truly on the table. The answer isn't about cancellations, but about power, profit, and why no amount of nostalgia could ever compete. Here's the truth that changed everything. World of Warcraft launched in November 2004 with a simple but brutal promise. Pay $14.99 every month, and the world keeps growing. For Blizzard, this wasn't just a new game, it was a gold rush. By 2010, World of Warcraft counted nearly 12 million subscribers worldwide, each one a steady drip of revenue that boxed games like Warcraft 3 could never match. Warcraft 3, even at its peak, moved about 4.5 million units in its lifetime. World of Warcraft pulled that many players, and their wallets, every quarter. Inside Blizzard, the logic shifted overnight. The team that once built intricate real-time strategy campaigns and balanced custom maps now saw their best designers, writers, and engineers swept into the massively multiplayer online game machine. Why gamble on a one-shot boxed real-time strategy game when a subscription, massively multiplayer online game printed money every month? Resources, lore, even characters like Arthas and Illidan were absorbed into World of Warcraft's expansions, fueling endless content cycles and keeping players hooked. As subscription numbers climbed, the incentive to greenlight another Warcraft RTS faded. The company didn't just move on, they rewired their entire business around the recurring revenue model. Warcraft 4 wasn't canceled. It was outbid, outmanned, and quietly boxed away by the unstoppable pull of the subscription model for massively multiplayer online games. Starcraft 2 arrived in 2010 with the kind of ambition that once defined Blizzard's golden age. Wings of Liberty, Heart of the Swarm, and Legacy of the Void rolled out over 5 years, each expansion promising to keep the RTS flame alive. But beneath the surface, something fundamental had changed. By the time Legacy of the Void shipped in 2015, the trilogy's sales had slipped with each release, and the energy that once drove the genre forward was running on fumes. Instead of greenlighting bold new strategy projects, Blizzard shifted to patch notes and co-op missions. Starcraft 2 updates became routine, balance tweaks, small content drops, and occasional esports support, while the days of massive genre-defining launches faded into memory. Key figures like Tim Morton, who led Starcraft 2's later years, pitched fresh RTS ideas internally, but those prototypes never made it past closed doors. Management's attention had moved elsewhere, chasing the next live service hit instead of risking millions on another boxed RTS. Veteran developers began to drift away, some leaving Blizzard entirely. The studio that once built worlds now spent its time maintaining them, and the creative engine that powered Starcraft 2 sputtered to a halt. The RTS torch, once carried with pride, was quietly set down as Blizzard's priorities shifted for good. January 28, 2020. Warcraft 3 Reforged launched not as a celebration, but as a warning shot. Features promised at BlizzCon, custom campaigns, ranked ladder, and clans were gone. Players logged in to find their classic client forcibly replaced, and original features were broken or missing. The competitive ladder, once the heart of the community, was nowhere to be found. Custom maps that built entire genres were locked behind technical issues and missing options. Within hours, Metacritic's user score had tanked to 0.5 out of 10, the lowest in Blizzard's history. Refund requests flooded in. Forums and YouTube lit up with rage, betrayed veterans, new players confused, and modders furious. No ladder, no clans, no real custom support. The game that once defined competitive strategy became a punchline. Blizzard's silence only made it worse. Every patch note felt like too little, too late. Years of trust, built on ladder nights and custom games, were wiped out in a single release. Reforged is not just a bad remaster, it is a public collapse, and the community knows exactly who to blame. The economics of real-time strategy never stood a chance against the new order. RTS games demand hours of mastery, thousands of actions per minute, and a willingness to lose. That is hardly the recipe for mass market, repeat spending. Investors and executives want predictable, recurring revenue, not a spike of boxed sales every few years. Live service models deliver exactly that. Overwatch, Hearthstone, even Diablo Immortal, each one engineered for engagement, microtransactions, and seasonal updates. These games do not just sell copies, they sell habits. The numbers tell the story. Diablo Immortal pulled in $49 million in its first year, fueled by cosmetics and convenience. A classic RTS, by contrast, might sell a few million units, then fade as the player base moves on. The lifetime value of a live service player dwarfs even the most loyal ladder grinder. Every quarterly report, every board meeting, the message is the same. Keep the cash flowing, keep the players spending, keep the cycle alive. High skill floors and solo ladders cannot compete with battle passes and loot boxes. For Blizzard's leadership, the choice is obvious. Warcraft 4 would have been a passion project. Live service is a business plan. Today, Blizzard's bottom line speaks louder than any fan petition. As live service profits rise, classic real-time strategy ambition gets buried. This isn't nostalgia, it's the blueprint for gaming's future. Your move, industry.